In our last class, we have discussed elimination method. If you have missed watching that video, I will put the link here. Please go and watch that video. Today, we will be discussing cross multiplication method from the chapter pair of linear equations in two variables. So we know that a general form of a pair of linear equation in two variables. What is the general form? a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equals to 0. a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equals to 0. This is the first equation and this is the second equation. Okay. So, in the first equation, you have 3 terms and in the second equation, you have 3 terms. This is the coefficient of x, which is a1. This is the coefficient of y, which is b1. This is the constant term c1. This is the coefficient of x, which is a2, coefficient of y, which is b2, and this is the constant term c2. Okay. So let us write x variable, y variable and constant term. Okay. See, you have A, B and C. Right? You have A, B and C. Correct? First you will start with B and then you will come to C and then you will go to A. Again you will come back to B. Okay. First you will take B1. After B1 you will take C. So after B1 you will take C1. You will write it in between X and Y. That is C1. So after C1, after C you will again go to A. Right? So after C1 you will take A1. After C1 you will take A1, you will write it in between Y and constant. After A, again you will go to B. Okay. After A1, you will come back to B. So, after A1, you will come back to B1. So, this was from our first equation. So, from the second equation, you will start with B2. You will start with B2. You will go to C. So, take C2. Then, after C, you will go to A. After C, you will go to A. Take A2. After A, you will come back to B. So, after A, you will come back to B2. So, take B2. Okay. After writing this form for these two equations, we are talking about cross multiplication, right? You will do cross multiplications. Okay. So, how will you do cross multiplication? You will start with B1. B1 you will cross multiply with C2. You will cross multiply B2 with C1. You will cross multiply B2 with C1. Okay. Again, the same with this one also. You will cross multiply C1 with A2 and then you will cross multiply C2 with A1. C1 with A2, C2 with A1. Okay. Same with the next one. Cross multiply with B2, then A2 with B1. Okay. Then you will subtract the product. You will take x divided by B1 C2. Then you will subtract it. Minus B2 C1 is equals to the next for the y. Y by, this is for the C1 A2. You will subtract C2 A1. C1 A2 minus C2 A1. Okay. The next for the constant is equals to 1 by A1 B2. You will subtract A2 B1. A1 B2 minus A2 B1. If you want to find the value of X, you will take these two and find the value of X. You will take these two and find the value of Y. Okay. If you want to find the value of X, that will be X is equals to B1 C2 minus B2 C1 divided by A1 B2 minus A2 B1. Okay. Then you will get Y is equals to C1 A2 minus C2 A1 divided by A1 B2 minus A2 B1. Okay. So this is how you find the values of X and Y. If we solve few example problems, you will understand cross multiplication method. Solve the given pair of equations using cross multiplication method. So these are the two equations they have given. 7x plus 4y is equals to 12. 3x plus 4y is equals to minus 4. So how do you write these equations? 7x plus 4y minus 12 is equals to 0. 3x plus 4y plus 4 is equals to 0. Right? So from these two, let us quickly find A1 is equals to 7, B1 is equals to 4 and C1 is equals to minus 12. Right? A2 is equals to 3, B2 is equals to 4 and C2 is equals to 4. Right? Now, let us take X, Y and then constant. So, under X, what coefficients we get? We get B1 and B2 coefficients. After B1, B2, what do we have? C1 and C2. C1 and C2. After C1 and C2, we get A1 and A2. Okay? A1 and A2. After A1 and A2, we come back to B1 and B2. Clear? So, we go in a clockwise direction. We'll take the values of A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2 from here. Okay? The value of B1 is 4 and B2 is 4. C1 is minus 12, C2 is 4. A1 is 7, A2 is 3. B1 is 4, B2 is 4. Okay. We will cross multiply. Clear till now? So how do you take X divided by 4 multiplied with 4 is 16 minus 4 into minus 12, which is minus 48. Is equals to, then we'll solve for the y. Y divided by minus 12 into 3 is minus 36. Minus, you have 7 4s 28. Is equals to 1 divided by 7 4s are 28 minus 4 3s are 12. So you get 28 minus 12. Okay. So if you simplify further, you will get, so this will be 16 minus of minus is plus 48. 16 plus 48 is 64. X by 64. which is x by 64 is equals to minus 36 minus 28, which is minus 64. 1 divided by 28 minus 12 is 16. Okay. Now let us simplify further. X by 64 is equals to y by minus 64 is equals to 1 divided by 16. Okay. To solve for x, you will take these two, and to solve for y, you will take these two. So if you cross multiply, 16x is equals to 64. X is equals to 64 by 16, which is 4. X is equals to 4. Okay. Now let us solve for y. Y by minus 64 is equals to 1 by 16. Cross multiply. 16y is equals to minus 64. Y is equals to minus 64 by 16. Y is equals to minus 4. Okay. So the values of x and y are 4 and minus 4. So we know how to do the verification, right? So if you just substitute the values of x and y, the equation should satisfy on both the sides. 28 minus 16 is equals to 12, which is 12 is equals to 12. So the equation satisfies on both the sides. Now let us check for the second equation. 3 of 4 plus 4 of minus 4 is equals to minus 4, which is 12 minus 16 is equals to minus 4, which is minus 4 equals to minus 4. This is also satisfies. Let us solve a word problem. The cost of 5 oranges and 3 apples is rupees 35, and the cost of 2 oranges and 4 apples is rupees 28. Find the cost of an orange and an apple. So let the cost of an orange be x and the cost of an apple be y. Okay. See, they have asked us to find the cost of an orange and an apple. So we have taken the cost of an orange be x and the cost of an apple be y. Now let us form a equations. The cost of 5 oranges and 3 apples is rupees 35. Okay. If the cost of 1 orange is x, so what will the cost of 5 oranges? It will be 5x, right? So 5x plus the cost of 1 apple is y. What will be the cost of 3 apples? It is 3y. So plus 3y is equals to rupees 35. Okay. So this is your equation 1. See, the cost of 1 orange is x and 2 oranges 2x. So 2x plus 4 apples is 4y is equals to 28. This is your equation 2. We have got equations 1 and 2. Now let us use cross multiplication method to find the cost of orange and apple. Okay. We can write it as 5x plus 3y minus 35 is equals to 0. This will be 2x plus 4y minus 28 is equals to 0. So these are the equations we got, right? So from this, a1 is equals to 5, b1 is equals to 3, c1 is equals to minus 35. A2 is equals to 2, B2 is equals to 4 and C2 is equals to minus 28. Okay. Now let us write the diagram, that is x, y and constant. Here we get B1, B2. After B1, B2 you will get constant C1, C2. After constant you will get coefficients of x, which is A1, A2. Then again you will get B1 and B2. So x, y and constant. So we know the values for A1, A2, B1, B2 and C1, C2, right? So let us write it here. What is B1 and B2? 3 and 4. C1 and C2 is minus 35 and minus 28. A1 and A2 is 5 and 2. And then B1 and B2 is 3 and 4. Okay, so we need to cross multiply. X by, see, 3 into minus 28 minus 4 into minus 35. Okay, 4 into minus 35, which is plus 140, is equals to y divided by 30 minus 35 into 2 is minus 70 plus 28 5s is 140. Okay, is equals to 1 by 5 4s are 20 minus 2 3s are 6. 20 minus 6. So let us simplify further, which is x divided by, this will be 56 is equals to y by 70 is equals to 1 by 14. Okay. So to find the value of x, we'll solve with the constant, and also with the y, we'll solve with the constant. Okay. So we'll take x by 56 is equals to 1 by 14. So cross multiply. 14x is equals to 56. X is equals to 56 by 14. 14 ones, 14 fours are 56. So you will get x is equals to 4. Okay. Then you will take y by 70 is equals to 1 by 14. Then again cross multiply. 14y is equals to 70. Y is equals to 70 by 14, which is 14 5s are 70. So you will get y is equals to 5. So what is x and y values? Number of oranges. Let number of oranges, x is equals to 4, and number of apples, y is equals to 5. 4 rupees and 5 rupees. Clear? In the next video, we will discuss on equations reducible to a pair of linear equations in two variables.